Hello again! We are back for another episode of Park Hyatt at Home, aka the Super Chef Dad Chronicles. I'm your host, Chef Matt. For this week's episode, I want to cook something that a lot of people think of as a restaurant-only item. What animal says quack?
Tacos with honey.
And what I'm talking about is duck.
We're gonna make tacos with honey.
I'm going to show you how to cook duck breast, and we're going to cook duck confit. And hopefully, it takes some of the, the fear and the mystery out of cooking what's really a delicious protein that doesn't get enough love in our home kitchens. So we have a lot to do. So without further ado, when we're preparing duck confit, I made just a cut going all the way around. You can see it here. Make sure you cut through all these little tendons. And these are going to retract as the meat cooks, and you're gonna have a beautiful French piece of meat. So the next important step that we need to do is we're going to cure it overnight. 2 pounds of duck, which is about 4 duck legs like this, 1 tablespoon plus 1 teaspoon of seasoning. Into that, 1 teaspoon 5-spice powder, fresh thyme, garlic, and shallots. All right, and we're gonna let this sit overnight in the refrigerator. Once your duck has cured overnight, drop your duck into a bag with, I would say for two duck legs, maybe a 1/4 cup of duck fat, 1/2 cup of duck fat. Obviously the duck is going to release some of its fat on its own. Use the pressure of the water to squeeze the air out of the bag. All right, then seal it up tight and let it go. I know, this is yet another piece of equipment that Chef Matt is telling me to get. I'm gonna have it alongside my blowtorch and my digital scale. Come on, you buy it one time, you have it. It doesn't take up much space. All right?
What is this? What is this? Get out of my kitchen!
Sorry, Chef. Yes, Chef. Yes, Chef. I'm sorry.
Oh, ho, ho. Get out of my kitchen!
What the duck? Let's talk about duck breast. We're gonna make a nice, tight crosshatch through the skin, but not all the way to the meat. We score the skin so that the fat renders out evenly. Number 1 rule for cooking duck breast, cold pan. We want to draw the fat out evenly. Duck is starting to bubble away. As the duck cooks and renders out its fat, drain that off and save that. Okay, so our duck breast has been cooking low and slow for about 15 minutes now. And we know it's almost time to flip because we see the flesh around the edge is changing color. Can we see this? See? See how rendered out, all the fat has left it. We put it back on, we're gonna cook it on the other side for just 2 minutes. We're looking for an internal temperature of 130 degrees, and that's all there is to it. That's all there is to cook a restaurant quality duck breast in your own house. All right, another ducky dish that everybody loves is duck fat fried potatoes. So I cut my Idaho potatoes into big chunky fries like this. So a pot of simmering water with a little bit of salt, 1 minute, and what this is gonna do is just sort of rough up the exterior of the potatoes. It's gonna sort of open up the surface area. They'll get super crispy. We have our reserved duck fat. You see it's separated. This is just a little bit of duck jus, the juice that came out of the duck. This is really good stuff to use for a sauce later on, but we want just the solid white fat. And remember, you can reuse this fat. I know it seems like quite a bit, but you could use it another time for making duck confit, for cooking potatoes. Oh, ho, ho. You don't want any color on the potatoes at this point, so if it seems like your oil's too hot, if you don't have a thermometer, lower the temperature, but it should be at a gentle boil. Okay, when you're ready to finish off your duck fat potatoes and fry them up nice and crisp, drop them back in there. Be careful, you don't want to overfill the pot, and always be careful when you're working with hot oil. And just let them cook until they're golden brown and super crispy.
Duck.
All right, we're gonna crisp up our duck confit now, but we're gonna do this here on the broiler. You know I love the broiler, and you know I love sheet pan dinners and no cleanup. We're gonna stick this in here and let that crisp. Okay, it's all coming together now. All right, we have a little cherry vinaigrette. And then this, remember the little bit of the liquid at the bottom of the container from our duck confit? A little date molasses, one of my favorite ingredients, and balsamic vinegar.
Look at that.
Wow, fancy. All right, now, look, I get it. This is not something that you're gonna make every day, but I just wanted to show you that it's really not that bad. All right, you could cook duck on a weeknight too.
Come on, Super Chef Kid.
Good, thumbs up. Good luck in your own cooking adventures. Until next week, happy cooking.
What the duck?
Thank you.